be where I'm at, because as long as we've been driving, we should be on the other side of Canada by now. So we're somewhere on the west side of Nebraska, just south of the South Dakota border. This storm in front of us has dropped at least 6 tornadoes. One of them is said to have been over 1.5 miles wide, and it turned a train over up here somewhere. So we're on Highway 2 going into Broken Bow, Nebraska here in a minute. And we're trying to get to that supercell that you can see in the live stream that's directly in front of us. They currently still have several tornadoes on the ground from this storm. And they put out a tornado watch for this entire area until at least 11 o'clock. I thought we were on mountain time is the reason we were late coming live. Several of the other chasers already lost their windshields. Not sure how good it's going to be out this way. Well, once we get up there to that supercell, it's going to be pretty intense, but yeah, it's not a bad view from back here.
Back in a second. In Cherry County, Nebraska, you heard a tornado warning. Velocities are still really strong. We have a large mass of cyclone rapidly spinning aloft. Again, we don't think this is translating to ground contact quite yet, but I do think we're not far from having a tornado dropping and heading in the direction of Highway 97. There are a couple of roadways here. Main road really is going to be Calf Creek Road, so that's the main road.
We're in western Nebraska, moving into a supercell that's already dropped about 5 tornadoes. There's 2 on the ground now. The first one was over 1.5 miles wide, and I believe it derailed a train up near Hyannis, Nebraska.
This is my message. Everybody's waiting for their stuff. I'll have his locations updated. This is Dan Fitz.
We're on Highway 2 going into Broken Bow, and then we're going to go north of Broken Bow towards a town called Mullen, Mullen. This is a huge supercell. Actually, there's several of them up here. This whole area is under tornado watch till late tonight. And this particular supercells is dropping one tornado right after another. But we got to be careful. Several of the other chasers have already got stuck. We're going to stay on the asphalt if at all possible. This Highway 2 that we're on is going to take us right in to where these supercells are. We're going to try to stay out of the hail core. Hail has been reported to be as big as 3 inches in diameter. We originally thought this was going to happen a little bit further south towards Interstate 80 and take you into Cheyenne. But took off a little bit further north, like 100 miles further north. I kept saying I expected to see the Canadian border just any time. But that supercell up there in front of us is a really nasty supercell. Once we get up there, you'll see why.
We have a tornado to the right middle of your screen.
Tomorrow we'll be in Iowa. So once we finish here, we'll be driving over to Des Moines. There's supposed to be a 70% chance of a tornado outbreak tomorrow. Target's what's at the bottom of the tree, bottom of the live stream at the tree line. That big storm down there. There's a lot of lightning in this one. The one that we was able to video last Sunday, we stopped by there today coming through Illinois, and that tornado was a lot closer than we thought it was. The telephone pole and transformer and power lines that it hit that lit it up, we could tell they put a new pole up and all, but when we looked at where we were sitting in relation to where it was at and the telephone pole, the new pole they put up, we were a lot closer than we thought we were. We should have heard it, but we never did.
Velocities are really strong. We actually might have a tornado in progress. Dan Fitz, I think, is driving through it, but he's just lost signal again. Dan Fitz is right where, or not far from where our tornado would be. It's like in the middle of this right now. Velocities are really strong. We might have a new tornado on the ground. It's giving rain wraps, but the off to the east of Whitman Road, going up towards right along Calf Creek Road.
So we're in western Nebraska. If you've got a radar and you're looking at the tornado warnings that are out, there's actually tornadoes on the ground. The first one that dropped stayed on the ground for over an hour today. We wasn't in the area yet, but it was 1.5 miles wide, they said. That's what it looked like on the video. Apparently there's a derailed train somewhere up around Hyannis that when it went over the train, it took it off the tracks.
Velocities are still really strong right now going along Calf Creek Road. The Northwest Iowa storm chasers.
We still got a couple of tornadoes on the ground with this storm. So we're on Highway 2, headed north directly into these supercell storms. The whole area is under a tornado watch until 11 o'clock. They may extend it. These storms are hardly moving.
Officially, I think officially, that's not officially yet, but I have officially at least completed all my classes and all my final exams as of today. So, big W. Also, Shoal has, I don't think Shoal has it anymore. Shoal has around 2-inch size tail.
If you got a radar on your phone, pull up western Nebraska and look at them supercells. It just started bubbling up about an hour and a half ago, and the first supercell just started dropping tornadoes left and right. It's going to be interesting to see how big the Weather Service is going to classify that first one. it was at least 1.5 miles wide. It could have been even wider than that. We're just not sure if it hit anything enough for them to be able to measure exactly how wide it was. They should be able to see it on their radar though. But between that and the videos that was taken, I know several of the chasers have lost their windshields out there. The hail's supposed to be 3 inches in diameter. So that's it right there in front of us at the bottom of the screen, just above the tree line. Right there. I've seen 2 trains. They've all been stopped. I wonder if they're stopped because the one derailed up line here about 50 miles. The closer we get, the more the weather's going to deteriorate here. I hope there is a lot of lightning. That tornado we filmed last Sunday, Easter Sunday in Illinois, we did not have hardly any lightning. And if I hadn't caught it out of the corner of my eye during one flash and turned the car, we might even missed it. But we came by there today and surveyed where we were at in relation to where it hit power lines. It was probably 300 yards from us, but you can see that on our video from last Sunday. We did a short video on it. It literally came over Scott Air Force Base and then came outside the fence, and then that's when it hit the telephone pole and lit up. We may end up in South Dakota here before long as these storms continue to move northeast. But these supercells up here is dropping tornadoes left and right. western Nebraska. We should be coming into Broken Bow here on Highway 2. those backseat drivers that says, I think we're close enough, don't get any closer. Sometimes you don't know how close you are. And the real problem is like tonight, by the time we get up on this supercell, it's going to be dark. I just hope there's enough lightning that we're going to be able to see it. But if you notice over on the right, we've got red lights on all these train track crossings. The first tornado today, about an hour and a half ago, hour and 45 minutes, probably was a mile and a half wide and apparently derailed a train. So I noticed that we passed two trains, pretty long trains, that are stopped on the tracks. I don't know if that's because that one's derailed or what. But we're in western Nebraska. Coming in, we should be coming into Broken Bow just any minute. You can turn them brights off anytime. Wonder if that's what I hear is that gas tank is banging around. I've got to take it out. It's not full. So you can still see the outline of that supercell up in front of us right now. We ought to start seeing the lightning just any time. That many cars out here in the middle of nowhere. So this is western Nebraska. We've got several supercells that have broke loose up here and that are dropping several tornadoes. The rest of the warned area from here down to Texas was pretty much of a dud. And then all of a sudden these popped up here in western Nebraska. I mean, just out of nowhere. If you got radar on your phone or tablet, look at western Nebraska around a city spelled M-U-L-L-E-N, Mullen. That's where the supercells are that we're headed into. Tomorrow we'll be in Iowa. We'll drive to Des Moines tonight. They said there's a 70% chance of tornado outbreak tomorrow. This should be Broken Bow.
Yes.
but we're on Highway 2, headed northwest in western Nebraska, trying to get to these supercells. That's what I forgot to get a Walmart with a bunch of quarters there. We got 4 more weeks that we're going to be out here. 4.5 weeks this season. Got to check something real quick. Something's loose or
check the back tires. Check the back tires, because as you were pulling in. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're going to be dead in the water. I think we just lost a either a rear wheel bearing or a rear brake. I don't want to get out in the middle of nowhere and break down. See here. Can't tell if the brake shoe came loose. Wheel bearing. Now I don't hear it. Yeah, I think I've got a brake shoe come loose, so we're going to have to end our chase here. We're not going to be able to make it to the Supercell. So I've checked the tire. It's pretty hot. So I think what maybe happened is a rear brake shoe came loose inside the drum, which hopefully isn't a major thing. And I've got another hub and bearing, so that's not an issue either. But we're going to have to get up here and get the tire off and get it checked real quick. So we're going to unfortunately have to end this stream. We will be back live tomorrow and on the outbreak up in Iowa and Wisconsin. So check in with us tomorrow, and we're going to pull back down here. I think I saw a service station, and we're going to pop this tire off and see if it's a brake shoe or a hub. And if everything's okay, we'll go back live here shortly. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, the storms are pretty bad up there right now. They're still dropping tornadoes up there. The crazy thing is that so far up there, we've got several chasers lost their windshields and can't drive. 2 of them are stuck. And now I've got either, I don't think it's a bearing. I think I've actually got a brake shoe that came loose inside the hub. And we've got to check that before we go any further. So again, we're going to end the stream here. If it's minor and we can go back live, we will. If not, we'll see you tomorrow for sure in Iowa. Thanks for checking in now. Like I said, if this is minor, we'll be back live here shortly. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. And be sure to subscribe. If we go back live, you'll be able to see us go live. If you subscribe, ring the bell, you'll be notified if we go back live tonight. So, again, thanks for checking in. Hopefully we'll be back live here in less than a half an hour.